Yeah, I think we can start with the AMA. We will drop it afterwards in the group. And I would directly take over to Reto.
Yasin will start.
And to Yasin with all the question what we have received from you.
All right. Welcome from our side again. As previously said, the session will be recorded. And yeah, it's been a while since we haven't spoke to you. So we said that we want to make this AMA session to actually to give all the answers to your questions and also allow you in this session to ask everything that you want to know. So basically, let us start with the first question. The first question was, the community members were curious about our plans in terms of marketing and what we are planning to do.
So we are currently in a very interesting time. We released our application. We have a solid basis, and now we have started our marketing activities. We previously focused mainly on development, and now that we have this solid basis, we can onboard all our users. Currently, we are on influencers, so we are talking together, or we are working together with influencers, but we are currently waiting on the perfect time to share all this stuff. We are working on the reward system, so the referral reward system, which will be one of the main components of this influencer marketing, but also the new concept of nodes, which we will go deeper into later on, will be one of the part for the upcoming weeks.
Okay. Next question. The community wants to know what's about our Bybit listing, the status there, if we can give them an update about the current status.
Yes, Bybit listing was in our mouth since I think a few months. We are still in close contact with Bybit and also other exchanges, but currently we are forcing other priorities. This is also due to the fact that we have an average volume below 200K on all exchanges, and this is also a matter that Bybit has the requirements for certain facts or for certain volumes, and this let us kind of postpone this idea or this thing that we can onboard on Bybit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Speaking about listing, will there be any other listings upcoming in the next month?
In the next months, we are not sure. As mentioned, Bybit will be one of the first. So this is crucial that we have over 200K in average volume, and this is not only the use case itself, but I think also the community which can handle this or can force this a little bit. So we are also asking you to spread the idea, to spread our project, that we can reach this goal. We are doing everything we can to spread all the stuff, to give the use case more, or to give the application more use cases, which we are doing also with the node releases. And as soon as we can, we will onboard, of course, on other SECs or other exchanges in general.
The next question, which I might be also able to answer, is there was a request for us to be more transparent when it comes to our team wallet addresses. And here I can also say that on our website, currently, we also have, when you go to circulating supply, the list of wallet addresses. But I think what you mean with this question is that you want the addresses to be labeled. And this is something we have never been afraid to share with you, as I can also share the link to the respective site. And I think, please correct me if I'm wrong, we are going to also label these addresses in the near future.
That's a good point, Yasin. Yeah, I think we can do this with the next update on our website, that we can label all the addresses on our website. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
If
Okay.
this is what is meant with this question, I think this is one of the minor part. We can do this, of course.
Exactly. Yeah.
Super, we will answer this later after we go through the questions, and then we can go through the progress of our project.
All right. Next question is,
I think the question was if what firms are invested in WeSendit in general, if I'm not wrong.
yes,
right?
yes. What firms are invested currently? Do we have any firms invested? Yeah, insights.
So we currently do not have any firms investing in WeSendit. It's all private investments, but we have some OTC deals made. But of course, with the NDA, we do not provide any information. We cannot provide any information with it. But we are still in contact with VCs, but there is still the contract which should be made and all the details about the contract, which sometimes it's not very easy for us or also for others, I think. And therefore, there is currently small activities on that. But yeah, as mentioned, we have no firms invested in WeSendit. We are kind of hold.
I think the most important point is here to mention that the condition doesn't match right now, and that's the reason.
Yeah. Next question, price drop concerns due to upcoming airdrop. So the question was, there was a concern regarding the airdrop and how the airdrop might affect our price in the future.
I think the word airdrop is a little bit wrong placed in this concept. We will have an airdrop attached to the use case. We will provide more information on the end of April about this, but we do not expect a price drop with our activities we are doing. So it will not be the classical airdrop, it will be attached to the use case, and therefore, as mentioned, no price drop is expected.
Yeah. The next question goes actually in the same direction as it was asked. Someone said the current market status is green, but why is WeSendit going down? So yeah, it's a question. Yeah.
Basically, in my point of view, this is not true because we are quite new project. We have projects that are longer on the market. They have bigger drops. We are still over the private sale price, which is a good point in general. We are not kind of dropping our price in general. So I think it's a side movement currently. As soon as we have more activities, as soon as we have a better use case or we extend our use case, we can expect that more users or more people will use the application and will know about the project. And this will, of course, lead also in changes on the price, hopefully in the upwards trend, obviously. So I'm not very agree with this sentence or with this,
Yeah, me neither. It's very speculative to say that. But the next question actually goes in the direction product development. And the question was if we can give some insights about that, future developments, product offerings.
We will drop the information, or we'll drop a post in the next upcoming weeks with very detailed plans for at least Q2 we will have currently. So basically to say we have now finished stage 1, which was releasing a new application with the ability to create a Web3 account, with the ability to share files and store files in a decentralized manner, which is possible currently over Storj network. And obviously also we have the counterpart with Web2. So this is due to our history, let's say. And the second part now, we also mentioned or said previously in the pitch deck, etc., we will start our node concept. That means it will not just be storing some data for WeSendit, it will be much more. As mentioned, in the upcoming weeks, we will have very detailed blog posts about this. Let's be curious about what we are saying there. And this will be, I think, the main priority for this year, to focus on nodes, to focus on extending the network, and to give, as mentioned, the token more use cases, or a better use case.
Yeah.
We will, of course, work on, sorry, Justin, we will, of course, work on improving the current application. We will improving UI UX, as we are doing right now, but I think with a little bit less priority than now.
Yeah.
And can we also speak about partnerships for the future? Are we actually planning to partner up with someone in the near future?
I think we have settled a few partnerships in the last year. In my point of view, it's not very healthy to have too much partners, because you have to maintain, you have to collaborate with them. And we are currently in close connection with Huawei for the node concept, for the system nodes. And also CrowdSwap is a big topic currently to implement something in our application. And this is basically maintain the current partnerships is one of our priority, because we want to have quality and not quantity. So quality is our main concern, and therefore it's currently not expected to have even more partners in the next month.
I think also mention here, Reto, maybe can go a little bit more in detail with CrowdSwap. It's a cross-chain connection where the users can swap the WSI token.
Yes, so maybe CrowdSwap is a known platform in this AMA. I don't know who is working or who is using CrowdSwap, but we will give the user, the Web3 user, the ability to change token cross-chain on WeSendit.com. So you can log into your account. If you don't have enough WSI, you can directly swap in the application without changing the browser. This is our goal we have. And for this, we are currently close working together with CrowdSwap.
Speaking of our platform, there was a question regarding the numbers from WeSendit 2.0 to our current 3.0. If we can maybe elaborate on the numbers which we have migrated.
So in general, let's say all the users from WeSendit 2 with all the data, all the functionalities, all the details are migrated to WeSendit 3.0. As a matter of fact, with every migration, there are some accounts which are not used anymore, especially free accounts. Currently, we can say 60 to 70% of the WeSendit 2.0 users are also using the new application. From my point of view, it's a successful migration. We had some troubles, some issues. This is kind of a normal thing, I would say. But we were able to get rid of all the issues we had.
All right. Next question was about team presence in the main chat.
Yes, this is a very good question.
Yeah.
We thank you, first of all, for the question, whoever who's raised. We are trying our best to go through the chats. I mean, there are a lot of activities. We have daily business, which we are trying to go behind. And it's quite hard also to follow all the chats, to follow all the conversations in Telegram. So we can try, but we cannot promise to interact a little bit more. But from my point of view, or for me can say, if you have direct questions to myself, tag me if you like. I try my best to answer. Otherwise, we have community managers which are doing a very good job. We are very happy to have the guys in the chats itself. And if you have questions to me, I don't know, Jens, maybe also to you.
Sure, absolutely.
You can tag us, and we will do our best to answer as soon as possible.
Yeah, right now we are very busy. Also, I think, Ken, if you have any questions to my side, you can drop it to my email or to my direct message. It's yeah.
Otherwise,
I see all the messages, and I try my best to answer everything, but it's very hard. Yeah, right now.
Otherwise, reach out to our community manager, and they will have options in regular meetings to ask us. Everything was dropped in the chats, and then we can answer in this way.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be way easier because as it gets very busy, it will be difficult to handle all these questions. So yeah, I think the community managers are doing a great job. So if you have anything to mention, just tag us, and I'm pretty sure you will always get an answer to a question, most definitely.
Yeah, you can imagine sometimes in the evening when I come home or I leave to work, I have some kind of 200 or 300 messages in Telegram with every chat. And just to recognize what a topic was in this specific thing, it's very, yeah, it's hard to say something then. And therefore, I hope of your understanding about this fact.
Yeah. It would also be good maybe from my side to mention that it's most definitely our goal to take some load from our C-level positions, such as our CEO and CTO, because they are always busy with our whole business itself. So when you have a concern, it's always easier and better to go to our community managers. And if they can't handle it, then you can always come to me. If I need something, then I will go to them. So this way we have a clear process and it's easy to manage for everyone.
That would be great, yes. Thank you.
Next question is about staking availability for non-node operators.
Yeah, this is a common question. In general, the staking is about giving kind of security deposit for the nodes which will be run by the node operator. And therefore, we will keep this idea in mind. So staking will be available for node operators. The other thing is it's a fact of regulatory, it's a fact of financial stuff. We are trying, but we cannot promise that it's working somewhere. So it will be the main reason for staking. WeSendit will be the nodes in general.
Yeah. Okay, this will be actually also the last question, and it is about our marketing efforts and information about it.
Yes, please.
I think what have Rado mentioned before, that we start with our referral program right now, and that we can bring more awareness to our community. And also we work with influencers in collaboration with new influencers. Yeah, do push forward this. We keep going here.
Maybe we could also mention ambassador, but we mentioned in the German group that there will be another round which we will open up.
Next month, yeah, with March, we start with another application round for new ambassadors. I think that's also important to mention. Yeah, let's go straight to the chat. Yasin, some questions here from Stefan, and also
okay, let's go through it.
Suber Angel also.
We need more partnerships. Okay, I think his question about partnerships is already answered within those questions. But he says, yes, we need more use cases. That's not really a question.
I think that's from Angel, it's a good question. Can you give an example of approximately how much we can earn annually from a node operator if you hold 100,000 WSI? Maybe you, Rado, you can give a little bit more insights about the DePi, decentralized physical infrastructure or resources network infrastructure. of kindness models, what
So
we
to
focus
go
on.
directly to your question, I cannot give you a number right now, but we will create a calculator on our website where you can enter all the details, all the node details, all the WSI, etc. And then you will have an approximate number of WSI you can earn. This is so just to maybe explain the node a little bit, we will have some system nodes run by WeSendit, of course, but the major part of the system will be the nodes provided from, let's say, the community or the node operators. And the node operators, they will have a machine somewhere running, let's say a NAS or let's say a server or something else. And this server will have 10 terabytes of storage, but the storage will not be fully occupied every time. So it depends a little bit on how much storage is occupied, how much traffic is on your nodes. And to achieve more traffic and to achieve more storage occupation, you will have to have a higher quality, and quality is measured by availability, resilience, and also bandwidth you can provide, etc. So we will have a broad measurement of the node. This is also the reason why we will have 3 networks. We will have a dev network or kind of test network, which will be the first stage on every node. After a certain level of quality, this node will automatically change to the stage network. On a stage network, you will already have the option to earn WSI token, but with a kind of test data. And if your quality is still growing or is at a certain high, you will be part of the main network where you will have real life data and you will have the full amount of WSI in this case. I think there are a lot of dependencies, and we are currently calculating everything, doing the formula for it, and then creating a calculator for the website. And from this point, you can kind of play with the amounts and play with the specifications. I hope this answers your question, Injo.
Yeah. Okay, next question maybe from Stefan. Don't you think that if we focus more on marketing now, there would be more time savings, especially since we are currently in a bull run? Most major projects allocate more than 50% of their resources to marketing.
I think to answer this is quite hard, but the resources on marketing and development are obviously not the same because developers will never be able to do marketing. I think let's say 50-50 is already in place on our side. I do not have the exact numbers in mind, but we have a big part doing marketing, but we have also the other part who's doing the development. So these are 2 lines we are currently going.
Yeah. Good. Can we have a number of how many users are actively using the Web3 app? I mean, how many wallets are connected to the app and actively spending WSI?
So I do not have an exact number in place, but looking at the reward system or at the activity reward system, this is spread, I think, hundreds of users currently, if I look at the numbers. So yeah, it's wide used and we are still growing. So we will have more and more Web3 users. I think actually currently we have more Web3 users daily.
Absolutely.
Than Web2 users.
Yeah.
So we have more new Web3 users than Web2 users. This is not what we expected, but we are happy to have this, of course. We expected firstly to have more Web2 users in the beginning and shifting over time to all the Web3, but it's vice versa. And this makes us, of course, happier.
Absolutely. It's a good progress, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Andre Santos is asking, do you think in change blockchain I think he means if we want to change our blockchain.
No, we are currently not thinking about changing blockchain. I don't think this
I think we should focus now on our roadmap. We will publish this in the next week, the Q2 roadmap. And then we, as a blockchain is, yeah, it's not on our roadmap right now. It's, we should focus more on the node concept.
BSC has a bad image. I'm not aware of this, so I cannot answer this. Maybe Jens, did you hear something about bad BSC?
Yes, yeah, it depends. Also with Binance, and Binance is not a decentralized blockchain. I think it goes in this direction. Yeah.
No.
But we bring the possibility that the users can swap about cross-chain the WSI token over the Ethereum network and Polygon as well.
And also, I think we can mention that, yeah, we also need to focus on what we are building right now. We cannot just say, yeah, we are just want to have another blockchain. But I mean, it's of course a good point to mention. But yeah, I think focusing on what we are building right now is more efficient. And then with time, we can decide to maybe have something different.
Exactly. Yeah. Any other questions? Maybe you can raise your hand and can unmute your microphone, and then can.
We don't have any new questions in our Telegram group. They are all mentioned in here,
Okay,
as far
perfect.
as I see.
Thank you very much, Ken.
You're welcome. I see Angel asks another one from the Zoom chat room.
Yes, I asked about how much we can earn with the node operator, because you know that buying all the things to start up is very expensive, and people will wants to know if it's worth. Of course, we understand this. As mentioned, we will create a calculator on which you can then calculate your revenue or your rewards, and then you can decide if you buy new hardware, if you're running the nodes firstly on maybe an existing hardware or something else. In general, it should be possible afterwards to run a Pi, a Raspberry Pi. I don't know who is familiar with this hardware, with a conventional NAS system, Synology or whatever. It should be possible, and therefore I think it's possible to have worth hardware for it. Or maybe you're running already other nodes like Presearch or something else, and then you can run nodes side by side. Any date you can share with us for trying out running the WSI nodes? This will be the beta nodes in Q2. I cannot say an exactly date. As usual in development, it depends on very much things, or many things, and therefore we decided to communicate the Q2 for beta nodes. We will also, to all the node operators which are applied on the website, we will make a questionnaire to ask what is current hardware, what is specification. Then we can focus on the most used hardware, because for every hardware we need different application or programs, and therefore we will make a questionnaire to all applied node operators. How do you plan to monetize the product fully when the free version of the product probably suits most of customer needs? It's a good question, definitely. Basically, it does not fit to all customers. Of course, there are a lot of users just are happy with the free plan or the public plan. But we have also the option on our platform to advertise. So for companies who wants to advertise their services, they can use kind of the traffic we have on our application to present their products. And this will also be one of the kind we monetize the product, let's say in this way, to go to this question, Dipsy. So advertising will be one of the parts we will go through in the next months also.
Maybe that's a good question, Reto. Do you see an increasement of companies, especially large ones, using WeSendit service? I think it's a partnership with Huawei. Have you mentioned this before with the Q Gallery?
Yes, we have mentioned. No, I don't think. I'm not sure. So to sum up, there are two audiences or parts they can use or provide services or use services from WeSendit. The first one is, of course, all data centers when we have the nodes in place, because they can provide the unused resources to our node network. This is one part, so the provider part of, let's say. And the other part, of course, are all the companies who has demand to send and store large files. I think there are a lot of companies who can use this.
Definitely. Yeah.
And to force this, maybe to add a point here, with Huawei, as mentioned, we are in discussion to onboard our application to the Q Gallery. The Q Gallery is the marketplace for all cloud customers from Huawei. So every business who is running a resource in Huawei Cloud has also option to kind of buy services on the Q Gallery, which are not especially resources from Huawei. And we are currently in discussion, or we are clarifying what is needed to be onboarded in the Q Gallery and maybe also be included in the SME packages. That means as soon as an SME will join the cloud from Huawei, they will be offered, or Huawei offered them the services, including WeSendit, which will, of course, also have a wider audience for us then.
Perfect. Thanks, Reto.
Yes. Then any checks, I think previously mentioned, we have Bybit in place as soon as we have the volume. And any further, we are in discussion, but not planned yet.
Yeah.
Any plans for token burns in Q2? No, we haven't any plans for token burns in Q2. What we previously mentioned, we've focused on our node concept, and maybe we burn some of our revenue streams from our Web3 customers. It's our goal that we burn around about 10% of all revenues, or we give it directly to the ecosystem, to our node providers. That's the idea behind. But I think that's also mentioned, important to mention. We, on the long run, we stick to our plan that we burn up to 500 million WSI token over the next 3 to 5 years.
What do you think about AI and WeSendit in the future? This is a good question. We think about what we can do with it. But personally, I think it's not a matter of using the best technologies. It's a matter of providing the best services. And as soon as we see a demand or an option to intelligently or to integrate AI system into file management and file storage services, because our service is not about creating content in the first place. We are storing files, we are sending files, and if we see a point to integrate AI there, we will go through, of course, but this is currently not in our priority.
Yeah, if you have other questions, you can drop us directly a Telegram, or you send us an email. Ken is always available around the clock, I think so.
Yeah, my notifications are always on.
You have time to work, yeah, with your regular job. I hope so.
Yeah, I have
Others-
one project to manage that's also very manageable right now. So I feel myself very comfortable to do both things at the same time.
Very well.
Perfect.
Anas wanted to say something, maybe?
Oh, I was just clapping.
Okay.
Just
Sorry.
clap.
Yeah. Good job, guys. Good job.
Yes. So I think to sum up, stay tuned in the coming weeks or the coming months. Good things will happen. We will have our event or our announcement on in April. We will have the node concepts. We will have calculator on the website, and of course marketing activities, which will grow in the current time period.
Thank you so much, guys. I wish you a nice evening and
Thank you very much for your attendance. Also from my side, wish you a nice evening and yeah, see you soon, hopefully.
Yes, talk to you soon.
bye-bye.
Thank
Good
you.
evening.
Good evening.
Bye.